Hello, I'm Ernst, and in this video I want to show you how you can decode a SPI bus with the RTO oscilloscope. For this I have prepared a board with a SPI bus, and that's already connected to the RTO oscilloscope. And you see 3 channels are activated, so it's the clock signal, MISO and MISO. And what you see is that the channel 1 is obviously the clock signal, and the 2 others are the bus data. So the first thing you do to configure a bus and set that up is to go to the app cockpit, move to the protocol tab, and here you see all the buses that we are able to decode with the RTO oscilloscope. So select the SPI bus, and now you need to select which bus data are connected to which channel, which is the clock as channel 1. Remember, that was the first one, very obvious. Then the MOSI is channel 2 and MISO is channel 3. Now you can either manually select the threshold, or you press the threshold setup as set to 50%, which is an auto set configuration. And now decoding has already happened. What you see here is already a correct series of correct frames. You see in the color of the frame already if it's correct or not. Red frames are not correct, blue frames are correct. Now let's run the acquisition. And of course, bus decoding is always happening in longer acquisitions. So capture more, and you see more and more frames are happening and coming and arriving, and they are all correct in this situation. All good, because there's no incorrect frame, no red color here. You can, of course, further dive into the protocol details. So the first and, let's say, most typical situation is that you activate a decode table. To do so, go to the protocol tab, display, and activate show decode table. Now the decode table is here. You can move that to the bottom. And you see the decode table is always updated with every single acquisition. When we go to this, to stop the scope, you can really correlate each frame with the time information, with the details of the MOSI values and MISO values, so that you can really analyze in depth what is transmitted over the SPI bus. One more and very powerful feature is, of course, besides the decoding of the bus, the triggering and the trigger capability. So let's check what you can trigger on the bus with the RTO oscilloscope. So to do that, move to the trigger menu, and you see it's already pre-selected a frame start of the SPI bus. That's automatically done when you activate the bus. So now frame start is an easy setup, so it captures every frame and uses that as a trigger. But there's alternative capabilities as well. So when you go to the MOSI selection, so you can really trigger actually on data. So when we look into the decoding frame, you have every second frame is starting on the MOSI values with 40 or 40. So you can do that, go to the trigger menu, and you want to have and trigger on hex values MOSI bus 40. Now when we do that, you see, first of all, the green LED indication for the trigger means the trigger is working and working well. And you see always around the 0, the scope is successfully triggering on that frame, starting with 40 MOSI values. So you see you're able to dive into, analyze the bus, decode the bus, as well as use the decoded information to trigger on. So this is giving and providing an overview of what you can do with decoding SPI bus and other buses with the RTO oscilloscope.